It's recap time. 3, 2. Hey, quick interruption, Future Chip here. If you're coming from the previous video and you already know the drill, you can skip directly to the recap. Otherwise, if this is your first time, I'll let you with the intro and enjoy the episode. 1. Hello everybody and welcome to the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host Chip and this is not my usual intro. This is a bit of a special episode. Unfortunately, I will be away for a few days and I found out this interesting way of filling the gaps with recaps from previous episodes. If this is your first time here, use it as an opportunity to find topics that you might be interested in and go back to listen to the original ones. If you are a usual listener of the Shower Podcast, well, again, this might be a rehearsal of topics that you might be interested in. Otherwise, I understand if you want to wait for me to be back. But in the meanwhile, the podcast needs to continue and we need to reach day 365. Having said that, I will not keep you longer. Thank you very much for listening. As always, a like and a subscribe. They are always welcome. And now, recap time.
Welcome to this special deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different.
Yeah, we're looking at some stuff from our friend Chip.
Exactly. He's got this thing called the Shower Podcast, and he recently dropped 5 episodes, numbers 99 right through to 103. So we thought we'd unpack the highlights for you. And hey, if any of these topics grab you and you missed the originals, definitely worth checking them out.
Think of it as like your quick catch-up guide. We've listened in, so you get the main ideas.
Okay, so first up, episode 99. It's called No Phone in Bed.
Right. This one's all about, dedicated spaces.
Yeah, and specifically how bringing your phone into the bedroom can, well, really mess with the whole sleep situation.
Right.
Blurs the lines.
Chip talked about how our brains associate different places with activities. Like you act differently in an office versus, say, a bar, even with colleagues there.
Makes sense. And the bedroom. Ideally, that should just scream sleep to your brain.
Totally. He brought up the pandemic too, remember?
Yeah.
When suddenly home was work, relaxation, everything.
Oh, yeah. Made it so hard to mentally switch off.
And that's where the phone comes in, right? You bring that stimulating device, all those notifications, the scrolling.
Those little dopamine hits.
Exactly. Into the place that's supposed to be for rest. It just disrupts that bed equals sleep connection.
And he explained how over time, this can actually make it harder to fall asleep. Your brain starts associating bed with being awake and stimulated.
It's just like you're training yourself not to sleep there, bit by bit.
So what can you do? Well, Chip had some practical tips. He even had a nerd tip about maybe not charging your phone overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, phones charge so fast now, maybe you don't need it plugged in all night. Anyway, main advice. Put the phone away from the bed. Alarm set, but out of reach. And if you're struggling to drift off, maybe try some, relaxing background music. Or white noise.
He even joked his own voice might work, right?
Yeah. And use timers so the music turns off.
Yeah,
Smart.
definitely. Don't want it waking you up later.
And the big takeaway. If you want to chill with your phone before bed or when you wake up, fine. But maybe do it on the sofa, not in bed. Keep that space sacred for sleep.
Maintain that association. Makes sense.
Right. Moving on. Episode 100. A milestone. We made it.
The big one, 0-0. Shower recordings, no less.
This one was structured like the good, the bad, and the unexpected of doing 100 daily episodes in a row. Plus, where he's going next.
And the good was pretty emphatic, wasn't it? He said he'd absolutely do it again.
Totally. Said he
Yes.
wouldn't change a thing. His goal wasn't really about going viral or anything.
No, it was more personal, sharing ideas that popped into his head during his showers, that sort of reflective space.
Right. Aiming to provide these little daily nuggets on self-improvement, critical thinking, stuff like that.
And he found positives like getting to know himself better, beating procrastination.
And he mentioned it helped him remember his days better. Like he referenced specific episodes, episode 2, the hangover one.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Episode 33, talking about Rome. Episode 67, passing his cybersecurity exam. It's like a weirdly specific audio diary.
That's actually kind of cool, linking memories to the act of creating something daily.
Now the bad, the challenge of, having to come up with something even on off days.
Yeah, episode 25, he said he just had nothing. Blank slate.
But the lesson there was just to accept it's not always perfect and keep going anyway. Consistency over waiting for perfection.
That's a huge lesson, really. Just showing up.
Burnout was another bad he mentioned, but kind of unexpectedly, the pressure to constantly find ideas also pushed him out of ruts sometimes.
Like, it forced him to explore new things.
Exactly. Find new interests, new things to discuss.
Necessity being the mother of invention, huh?
Pretty much. And the unexpected was the positive feedback. Listeners, even strangers, saying it helped them.
Ah, that's always nice to hear. Makes you feel it's not pointless.
Yeah, he said it made him feel his efforts weren't just, swirling down the drain with the shower water.
Huh? Good way to put it. So, where is he going from here?
Keep going. Aiming for 365 episodes now. Feels like he's found his groove with the self-improvement and critical thinking focus. Relatable stuff about shared struggles.
Sounds like a solid plan. Okay, what's next? Episode 101.
Yep, episode 101 called Gotcha. This one got into self-handicapping.
Ooh, interesting. Psychology stuff.
Yeah, basically creating obstacles for yourself so you have an excuse if you don't do well. It's all about protecting the ego.
And you put a disclaimer in, right? Said he's not a pro, do your own research.
Absolutely. Good call. The classic example he used was not studying for an exam.
Right. Well, I didn't study. Avoids facing, maybe you didn't get it.
Exactly. It's ego protection, primarily.
Keeps you from having to question your own ability.
But he stressed that real growth, that comes from actually facing failure, learning from it. Self-handicapping kind of stops that process.
Because you're always blaming something external, never looking inward.
And he shared a personal story from university. How sometimes if he got a topic easily at first, he wouldn't really prepare for the exam on it. He knew the basics, but not the details.
Ah, so he'd underperform even though he understood the core.
Yeah, because he skipped the consistent practice, the nitty-gritty rehearsal. I think a lot of us can probably relate to that.
Oh, definitely. That initial I get this feeling can be a bit of a trap.
So recognizing these patterns is the first step, he reckoned. He used this analogy of the stock market,
Okay.
saying progress isn't a straight line up. It has ups and downs. We need to accept that, not expect constant improvement.
That's a great analogy. Growth is messy. It's not linear.
Right. So moving from psychology to something calmer. Episode 102, Locus Amonis.
Fancy Latin. What's that mean?
It means a pleasant place, like an idealized spot for safety, comfort, peace.
Ah, like a personal sanctuary.
Exactly. He mentioned it dates back to Greek and Latin literature. Lots of artists have had these special places.
Makes you wonder why we don't all try to find or build one.
Yeah, totally. He talked about a hike he took recently. Found this spot, just beautiful, peaceful, had some comfy benches,
Nice.
and it just felt like a locus simonis to him. Simple, but perfect.
And he had one in Rome too, right? A place to escape to?
Yeah, a spot he used to go to collect his thoughts when things were tough. He called having a place like that a kind of superpower, the ability to mentally retreat.
I like that. A mental escape hatch.
And it's not just for chilling out. These places can be great for inspiration too, just pure thinking, brainstorming, no distractions.
Because it's your space, personal, unique.
But then he broadened it out, which I thought was really insightful.
How so?
Said a locus amonis doesn't have to be a physical place. It could be a person, or maybe a group of friends you feel totally safe and comfortable with.
Oh, that's lovely. So it's about the feeling of safety and escape wherever you find it.
Exactly. Could be people, could be a place.
Cool concept. Okay, one more. Episode 103.
Last one for this roundup.
It's
Episode 103. Gotta go fast.
Seems energetic. Speedrunning. Like in video games.
You got it. Inspired by gamers trying to beat games as fast as possible. But he applied it to chores.
Haha, really? Speedrunning cleaning.
Yep. Said he's feeling lazy one Sunday. Apartment was a mess. Tough week. So he decided to gamify it. Set a timer.
And did it work?
Apparently, yeah. Said it made it more fun, focused him, gave him energy. He blasted through hours of cleaning in just 1 hour.
Wow. Okay, I can see how that might work. Creates urgency.
The problem with chores usually, he said, is you get sidetracked, right? Scroll your phone, notice something else.
Wander off task.
But speedrunning, it forces you to just focus. No time wasted.
Yeah, you're racing the clock.
He did say, look, some people find cleaning relaxing, and that's cool. But for him, this helped fight the urge to get lost in tiny details. Just get it done to a good enough level.
Right. Efficiency over perfection for tasks you don't love. That makes sense. Get it done, move on.
And he suggested you could use this for other stuff too. Maybe even friendly competitions at work or with friends. See who finishes a task faster.
A speed email answering challenge.
Maybe. But the main idea was just about, tricking your brain. Making boring tasks more interesting, more efficient.
Turning chores into a game. Clever.
So yeah, there you have it. A quick run through Chip's shower thoughts from episodes 99 to 103.
From phones in bed to speedrunning chores, quite a range.
We hope this summary gave you some interesting things to think about and maybe nudged you to check out the full episodes if they sounded good.
Yeah, lots of relatable stuff in there, I think. Self-improvement, how our minds work, finding motivation.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on this special edition of The Deep Dive. We always appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, it's great exploring these ideas together. Hope you found it useful.
We'll be back with a brand new deep dive tomorrow. See you then.